Amazing speed test comparison, guys. We have the best from Apple against the best from HTC. So we have the Apple iPhone 7 Plus going up against the HTC U11. And let's go right to it. Now guys, been really impressed with the HTC U11 speed so far. Incredibly fast phone. Now the iPhone is a bit older, but still best iPhone on the market. They will be coming out with the 8 in a few months. Alright, so extremely fast boot up time here for the iPhone. Pretty nice animation there for the HTC. And that's up as well. Alright guys, let's go right to it. Everything closed out on both phones. So yeah guys, the U11 definitely a possibility for fastest phone in the world, but still more speed test comparisons to do. NBC News first. Alright, so extremely fast here for the HTC. And iPhone up as well. iPhone next. Well, once again, extremely fast on the U11. YouTube. Alright, so again, we have HTC here. Calculator. And clock. So if the iPhone, you have the A9 chipset and A10 chipset and 3 bytes RAM. For the U11, Snapdragon 835 and 6 gigabytes of RAM. Really crazy amount of RAM there. Alright, eBay next. Wow, so once again, HTC here. Photos. Wow, again, HTC. Alright, so now we're getting to the games. Asphalt 8 first. Alright, so iPhone taking this one. Now, iPhone's usually extremely well optimized for games. Alright, settings next. CBS Sports. Alright, so iPhone here. And guys, I think that the multitasking on the HTC best I've ever seen for any phone. So that will be coming shortly. Jump on to next. Alright, so it looks like this is going to be a slight advantage for the iPhone. Yeah, that one going to iPhone as well. Alright guys, so iPhone making a bit of a comeback here. Modern Combat 5 next. Oh, and actually on iPhone it does have this video that plays. Alright, so the U11 definitely faster there, but again, there is that video you have to skip on the iPhone. Alright guys, so let's take a look at AnTuTu next. Now both of these extremely close, 185,000 versus 184. And guys, I've done this a lot on the iPhone. Sometimes I would get around 179,000. This is actually the highest score I've ever gotten on the iPhone, so you know, I think that the score is actually pretty similar. Only done it a couple of times in HTC, so definitely possible I can get higher than 185,000. Alright, let's do Chrome next. And we're just going to do a few sites. So first up, let's go to IGN.com. Alright, IGN. Alright, so this one pretty easily going to the U11. Let's do IMDb.com next. Alright, IMDb.com. U11 as well. Let's do Zelda next. Zelda.com. And once again U11 here. And we'll do one final one. Actually, we'll do two more. Let's do Apple and then HTC. Alright, apple.com. So again, we have HTC here. And final one, HTC.com. Alright, HTC. Yeah, so once again, HTC. So web browsing, pretty clear we go into HTC. Next up, let's see how fast these phones are taking pictures. So just have DualShock here, DualShock 4 here to focus cameras on. And first up, let's load up the cameras. Alright, it's pretty close on both. Alright guys, so we're just going to be snapping a few pictures. Yeah, it looks like the iPhone a little bit faster taking pictures. And both phones rear-facing 12-megapixel cameras, although on the iPhone you do have two. Alright guys, fingerprint scanner next. And the fingerprint scanner for both phones located right here on the home button. So definitely the best place for it. But for now, testing out the speed. And wow guys, look at the HTC here. Incredibly fast. So yeah guys, HTC definitely one of the best fingerprint scanners ever. Alright everyone, so it's been an awesome, pretty competitive race so far. And we still have one more test, but before that, let's go over the specs for both the phones. So, both these phones 5.5 inch screens. Now the iPhone is 1080p, while the HTC is Quad HD. So high resolution on the HTC. Front facing camera on the iPhone 7 is 7 megapixels. On the HTC it's 16. Home button's right here on both phones. And as you guys see there, Lightning port on the iPhone, USB-C on HTC. Now, neither one of these phones have headphone jacks. Really a bad trend. Blame Apple for that one. But HTC, they did not need to copy that. So on the back here, on the iPhone is made of metal, whereas on the HTC is made of glass. And guys, this is really beautiful glass. Now, it's done pretty differently for most companies. Let me just shine this up. What most companies do is they'll have a sheet of glass over a color. But with this, the color is actually inside of the glass itself. So it gives you a really cool effect. And that's why it looks like a lot of different colors. And for your outside guys, it looks even cooler. But yeah, really incredible design here on HTC. And rear facing camera on both is 12 megapixels. Now on the iPhone you have two cameras, one of them is used for zoom. So yeah, really nice designs on both. Personally, I do prefer the HTC. However, I guess it's mostly preference. And just look at them on top of each other. So yeah, the HTC a little bit smaller, despite them both being the same size screen. Alright, let's go over more of the specs. So internal storage on the iPhone, you have a 32 128 256 gigabytes. On the HTC, you have a 64 128. Now on HTC, you do have micro SD card support. On the iPhone, you don't. On the iPhone, you have a 2900 capacity battery, and it's slightly larger than HTC at 3000. Now on the iPhone, 810 chipset and 3GB RAM. On the HTC, Snapdragon 835 and 6GB RAM. Guys, 6GB RAM on a phone, really impressive, extremely rare. Now both phones are water resistant IP67, again no headphone jack. And HTC does have this thing called EdgeSense. So you have aluminum here on the sides. And basically what you do is you squeeze the phone and something happens. So for example, I have it set to camera, so it brings out the camera. And if I want to, I'll squeeze it like this, take a picture. So I guess, this, maybe it could be useful for something like selfies, but I don't know guys. I'm not completely sold on this. So yeah guys, nothing mind-blowing, but still pretty cool to have. Alright guys, multitasking last. And I've been extremely impressed so far with the multitasker on the HTC. So going all the way back to the beginning, we got NBC News first. Alright, so looks like it's kind of refreshing here on the iPhone. So I think that was faster on HTC. Alright, iFunny next. Pretty close on both. Now you have to keep in mind guys, with the iPhone it does show a picture at first. So kind of hard to tell when it actually loads up. let's do, actually this would be a good example. So let's do Asphalt 8. And you see for the iPhone not moving right there, it started moving. So I think that one going to HTC. This is a smart way of doing it, but kind of cheating in a way. Alright, oops. Well, who cares about the calculator? Alright, let's do jump on to next. Alright guys, so again, X1 on both. And pay very close attention to iPhone when it actually starts moving. Photos next. Alright, so yeah, right there it updated on iPhone. So going to HTC. Modern Combat 5. Alright, so yeah, you guys saw right there it started on iPhone. So I think that one going to HTC as well. But guys, both these phones excellent so far multitasking. YouTube. Alright, so this one going to iPhone. eBay. HTC. And we'll do two more guys with camera. Alright, so you guys saw on the iPhone it was originally showing the original picture. So again, I think that one going to HTC. And final one was Chrome. Oops, actually messed that up. But yeah guys, overall I think multitasking a little bit better on HTC. Alright guys, we're going to go over the results in a second. But real quick, I did want to mention that for the HTC, I do have the 128GB version, and that has 6GB of RAM. There's also a version with 64GB internal storage and only 4GB of RAM. So keep that in mind guys, this version will be faster than that one. But still guys, that said, I thought the HTC really did well during this test. Now, I thought it was pretty competitive. I think that the apps, the iPhone, it did win the boot up test. I thought for the apps, it was pretty close, maybe a slight advantage for the HTC. Web browsing, clearly going with the HTC. Camera speed, slight advantage there for the iPhone. Also, slight advantage for AnTuTu for the iPhone. However, the HTC, it did win the fingerprint scanner and also the multitasking. So yeah guys, I mean, you let me know in the comments which phone you think won. However, I think it was a very narrow margin here for the HTC. Alright everyone, thanks for watching. Now I do have a lot more speed test comparisons planned. Next up for the HTC, I am going to do the Sony Xperia XZ Premium. So, two phones with Snapdragon 835 should be an excellent matchup. Now if you guys want to see more videos in the future, you can subscribe in the top left corner. Or you can watch another video right now in the bottom right. Alright everyone, thanks again for watching.